Hi everybody, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Michael. You're watching another episode of Star Wars News and Views. Today we're going to be less on the news and more like just kind of discussing an aspect of Episode 7, The Force Awakens, that is kind of becoming really intriguing and really complicated right now.
First thing off the bat, these rumors are going to contain really big spoilers and stuff, so...
Potentially major spoilers, the whole movie, but we'll see if they're true. But anyway, though, so the Vanity Fair photo shoot was obviously just released. Really cool, and you see Kylo Ren, played by Adam Driver, with his helmet off, and it seems like it's not a behind-the-scenes photo, it's a promotional photo. He's posed, and, you know, and Annie Leibovitz is there, and... he just looks like a normal young guy, right?
Yeah.
Which Adam Driver is. And so that leads into the discussion about not only him, but also Daisy Ridley's character of Rey. Or possibly Kira.
Yeah, we've heard from another rumor.
Yeah, we'll get into that. So there's a lot of different rumors out there because of the trailers and all the artwork and stuff that's been released. We get these kind of hints, and fans have been kind of piecing things together, and one of the major fan speculations right now is the whole backstory of who these characters are and sort of what's the backstory that sets up The Force Awakens. And so I'll give you a brief rundown here. This will probably take a minute. Jakku. Jakku is the planet, the desert planet that Daisy Ridley is on, that we see in the trailers, and she's collecting junk. There's all these crashed ships, crashed Star Destroyers, crashed AT-ATs, X-Wings, you know, you name it. Yeah. And you see in the trailer for Battlefront, you see this huge battle going on Jakku, and you see the Star Destroyer, I'm assuming it's the same one that we saw in the teaser, crashing into the dunes. And so the fan speculation is that this was a big battle that took place sometime around the original trilogy. They're saying maybe shortly after the Battle of Endor, after Return of the Jedi. Where the Emperor was dead, but then the Empire kind of reformed as the New Order. That's the sort of term that's not confirmed, but this is from rumors. We're hearing that it's called the New Order, and the various Moffs kind of banded together, and who's in charge, I don't know. No one really knows. But the fan speculation is that Kylo Ren and Daisy Ridley's character of Rey, who is also Han Solo and Leia's daughter, named Kyra Rey. That's the theory. So the fan theory is that Kylo Ren and Daisy Ridley's character are actually twins. And the rumor is that Daisy Ridley's character is the daughter of Han Solo and Princess Leia. And the rumor was that she was Kira Solo, but then the official releases have called her Rey, right? So the backstory, like according to this, like sort of build up of like taking all these facts and rumors and stuff, is that Han Solo and Princess Leia are on the Star Destroyer in the Battle of Jakku. It crashes. Princess Leia dies. The twins get separated. Han Solo and Chewie get taken captive. And the Empire kind of snatches away Kylo Ren, knowing that he's a Skywalker offspring, that he has Force potential, and they kind of raise him and groom him into being like a sort of future pseudo-Sith. Yeah,
and maybe Max von Sydow's character takes Kira with him and goes off to this sort of junker and like brings her up. And then maybe during this whole time, Luke didn't know anybody survived, or maybe just that like Han had been captured, so he kind of went off on his own and kind of like self-exiled himself to like get away from that. Yeah, from Luke's perspective, Princess Leia's dead, Han Solo's captured or dead, the twins are dead, but little does he know that Max von Sydow's character comes and rescues the baby Kyra Rey Solo, I guess, and raises her on the planet of Jakku, and that's why she goes around scavenging and finding all these relics from the past. And one of the relics that she finds is Luke's lightsaber. And the Millennium Falcon. Maybe the Falcon crashed there during the battle or something like that, and she salvages it and gets it in working order. And that prompts her to then seek out Luke Skywalker, who has gone off in hiding and kind of lost his mind because he's like depressed or whatever. And then he tells her heritage. Okay, so that's the fan theory in a nutshell. There's a lot of things going for that. There's definitely a lot of things that sort of support that. There's also a way to look at sort of, her name is Kyra Rey Solo, if this rumor's true, and Kylo Ren could be her twin brother, Kylo Ren Solo, and that's why they both sort of have this like KR name,
like Luke and Leia.
Yeah, so it kind of like keeps this sort of family resemblance by name's sake here for these two characters, and also it sort of gives like a reason why Kylo Ren is able to use the Force and who he is, sort of, and like you know. Otherwise, he's just some Sith that we don't really see, like we don't really have a backstory for, and he just kind of comes out of nowhere, right?
It's never been confirmed so far that he can use the Force, but like let's assume he can use the Force. Like that would be something good for a bad guy.
And this also kind of explains why he's got this sort of like obsession with Darth Vader, because maybe he knows his past and he's like
he's the grandson of Darth Vader.
Yeah, because he's like Leia's son. Maybe thinks that my evil uncle Luke killed Darth Vader, who's my my real grandfather, and I want to live up to be sort of like him, and that's why I'm gonna wear this mask and this dark robes and kind of go with my red lightsaber and kind of join the Empire in this because I see him as like justified or something, right? Maybe this is through brainwashing by the Empire.
Well, because they're probably feeding him propaganda about like how the Empire was great and the rebels are the terrorists, and his uncle Luke kind of defected and went to the bad side and
killed your grandfather. Yeah. So that kind of like gives at least a little bit of like a motivation for him to sort of be the way that he is if this rumor is true. And that could also, explain where he gets this red lightsaber from. Maybe somewhere from the Empire had like an extra Sith lightsaber lying around or whatever.
And the other part of this rumor is that Han Solo and Chewbacca are taken prisoner, and then like 30 years go by, and then like Luke has to rescue them.
Yeah.
The only problem with all this, so this is all happening 30 years before The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful to like. You can't have that in the title crawl, right?
Yeah.
And even just to explain it in dialogue that's a lot of exposition to get through.
Especially if like Leia was supposed to have been killed. Like we know Carrie Fisher's in the movie, right? So
for sure,
are they gonna do flashbacks to explain this, and that's why she's there? But she's too old.
65. How could she be playing like a young Princess Leia? Not happening.
Yeah, I definitely think she's alive in this at least, or I don't think. Even
though they haven't shown her at all or even had her voice, but like she's in the film.
Yeah.
And Star Wars has never done flashbacks, but even if they did, which I would be okay with that, I guess.
Not a whole scene like this, like
that's
everything.
And you know what? It's I don't know. It's kind of reminds me of the opening sequence in the first Star Trek where Kirk is being born and his father is crashing the ship into his death.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like people just saw a previous J.J. Abrams thing and they're connecting this, or if maybe he would repeat the same plot points if that works in its favor.
Yeah. So I guess the whole thing with this fan speculation of the movie, I'm not really 100% sure about like it being right all like in its entirety. I think there's definitely a lot of aspects of it that don't seem correct, like that Leia one and everything. But an interesting one about this is definitely the Kylo Ren, Kylo Rey
being twins.
Yeah.
The only problem I had with that, then, it seems obvious that like. So one twin is good and one twin is bad, but then I feel like the arc would be like they eventually redeem Kylo Ren and but that would be retreading Darth Vader territory where it's like, oh, the masked Sith character through the power of family comes to the good side. I don't know. That kind of seems like a bit repetitive.
Yeah.
Or maybe they do a twist where it's like they try to redeem him and they can't, so they just kill him.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. You could do that. That would be interesting.
So I guess that's kind of it for these rumors. I think
there's a lot more we can go on for. We'd be talking for 20 minutes if we really explored this in depth. But
I definitely think for sure the one to watch out for is that Kylo Ren, Kylo Rey, especially because of the name similarities and him looking the same age as her with his mask.
They are the same age. They could play twins.
Yeah.
And also I think the backstory of the Battle of Jakku. I think that's obviously the backstory to why is Daisy Ridley with all these crash ships around, right?
Not with
and it's in Battlefront, the new Battlefront too, right? So, this is basically just based on fan speculation, taking rumors, which themselves may be untrue.
Yeah.
Couple details that we know, like, stuff like leaked artwork and stuff, put them all in the blender and like try to figure out what's the context of all this. Interesting backstory, interesting setup. I don't know. So, debate it in the comments. There's a lot of points for and against, and we'll see you all next episode.